Hey there everybody, this is Cholera and welcome to SKT1 versus Woonjin Stars, played in the new Shinhan Bank Pro League. This is my first cast of it, of course. October 10th, 2009, there's the man himself, Bisu. He's facing off against Piano, otherwise known as Organ 3.33. Now, Organ 3.33 is a horrible name, because organ in English refers sometimes to one specific organ, and 3.33 in the American system of inches isn't very big for that organ. Anyway, there's the hair toss himself, the man with the 300,000 won haircut. Well, now we're moving on to Piano, otherwise known as Organ. Horrible name, once again. Sorry, I can't get over it. Gotta think of him as Organ instead. Yeah, Bisu, of course, is a huge favorite here against Organ. Organ Piano only has a 20% win rate. 23% win rate or so, or about maybe before or after this game, I'm not sure, but either before or after this game he's had a 23% win rate against Protoss as a Terran player. That is not very good. In fact, that's just horrendous. Bisu, of course, one of the best out there right now, best Protoss probably, and they're playing on new maps. This map is called Fighting Spirit, 4-player map that they're going to play on. I think it's pretty Protoss biased in this matchup. It's got 2 entrances to the natural expansion. Its center of the map is almost entirely unbuildable. There is a second expansion, or third base, I guess, that leads off from the main base. Basically, that's one of the 2 entrances into... I'm sorry, not main base, the natural expansion. It's one of the 2 entrances to the natural. It is an expansion on a hill. That hill could be fairly easily held by a Terran player, I guess, but has another gas, which benefits the Protoss, though, against the Terran. Protoss love to get an early third gas, so really, I think Piano is pretty much going to have a miracle here to win against Bisu, but anything can happen, although this probably won't happen. We've seen hookier things in the past. 23% win rate, dude, against Protoss versus the best Protoss in the world on a Protoss favored map. But, like I said, anything can happen. Perhaps Piano could invent a whole new build, or perhaps he could just cheese really, really hard. But whatever the case is, I'm looking forward to most likely a beatdown here from Bisu. But, you know, that's always fun to watch. This is a series, once again, between SKT1 and Woonjin Stars. Next up is none other than our favorite Zerg player, Hyuk, versus Quanro, who himself has distinguished himself quite a lot. Getting his first second-place finish, or the first Final Four finish, in the last MSL, losing to a Zerg player, though. There is Piano at the bottom left, and none other than Bisu is at the upper left. Oh my, there's my phone. Yes, that is Take On Me. I'm not going to pick it up right now. So, Take On Me. Love that song. Love that song. Just such a retro song. Like, you're just sitting somewhere and boom, it's playing. People just start dancing in the subway. There's none other than Naura, of course. For those of you who are just going to start being like, that's Naura! Did you identify him? No, really, I didn't notice that was Naura. Anyway, I expect Bisu to open pretty standard here. This is a great map for Protoss for expanding and eventually just denying the Terran the chance to move into the middle. The middle is, from what I see, it's a jungly kind of temple-y area, lots of jungles and unbuildable places. It's going to be very good for the Protoss. It's also pretty big. Otherwise, wide bridges connect to the center of the map. Always also helpful for, well, I guess that's helpful for the Terran and for the Protoss, depending. But it's definitely helpful that the middle is unbuildable and open for Bisu. So we're going to see what happens here in terms of you know, what Piano can put up for us. Otherwise, this is going to be, I think, a pretty open and shut case here. By the way, a couple of interviews have been done of me recently, interesting enough. I will send links of them when I get a chance. And by the way, for those of you who care, while this game is going on... Oh, wait, no, can't go into that. There is a fast Nexus here from the Protoss player Bisu, probably a 12 Nexus, and that is going to be an interesting opening. I actually think it's a strong opening in this map, but, you know, it's a 4-player map, but I feel like Bisu, who doesn't need to leave himself so open to a possible loss through a fast rush of some sort. So while I think it's a good build against good Terran players who wouldn't try to cheese as often, perhaps he shouldn't even risk any kind of loss against Piano by doing this. But it looks like Piano didn't obviously start with any kind of Marine rush, and Bisu is the kind of player who can handle a fast factory rush of some sort. I think without too much problem. That is not Bako, by the way. That is Free, who somehow looks really similar to Bako. I don't know if anyone has an explanation about that. And please don't say all Asians look the same. That's not the explanation. Because the Mantox looks nothing like that. I'll just put it that way. There was only one SCB on gas, now two. Maybe that's going to be some sort of expand build. Almost certainly it will be some kind of Terran expand build. Maybe with Siege or something like that. We'll see. Finally, Piano gets to Bisu's natural expansion. He's going to know this build, and this is just unlucky for him. He scouted last here, although it looks like Bisu is also going to scout last for the Terran base, so both are going to not get too much intel. One another. Oh! Whoa! What am I saying? I said this build is not appropriate for countering this, but it looks like Piano's going to go for it anyway. He's going to go for a SCV Marine Rush here. He feels like he cannot win against Bisu if Bisu has good economy. I think this might be a smart idea, even though I feel like Bisu should be able to prepare himself for this. We're going to have to see, though, what is going to happen. There are a lot of SCVs. Bisu spotted the Marine. I think now Bisu knows. I don't think he knew actually beforehand. He's got a Zealot out, smartly enough. He doesn't have Dragoons though. Oh man, the SCVs are doing a great job here blocking for the SCV that is building the bunker. The bunker is probably going to get up on time, although it looks like Bisu's doing a good job getting a Zealot in there. No! Zealot does not take out any Marines, I believe. Does manage to delay the bunker a fraction there by killing the SCV. Why is that bunker not being finished? Alright, there we go. Bunker's done. Marines are gonna get in, and that is gonna probably take down the natural expansion. Yes, it is gonna go down. Now, Bisu is gonna lose the natural, but this does not mean the game's over, though, by any means, because look at how many SCVs were pulled. 6 SCVs at least. That's not gonna help Piano's economy. However, if Piano continues on the assault after this, then Bisu is gonna die, pretty certainly. He manages to pick off a Dragoon in the middle of the map with some nice micro there between some Vultures and Marine there. It looks like, well, he's retreated all of his SCVs. I think he should be able to get the Nexus, though, regardless. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like Bisu's going to charge at it with the Dragoons. It wouldn't work, and it probably loses some Dragoons, and that would probably put him in an even worse position. So there you go. Bisu, I think, made the right strategic decision and sacrifices his natural expansion. He is behind, though, but not deathly behind, I would say, at this point. Although, it depends. What is Piano going to do? Is he going to try to push an economic game, or is he going to try to tech up and win the game? It looks like he is going to go for the economy option, expanding at this point. But like I said, I'm not going to say he is, at 99% to win now. He does have an advantage at this point, though. And Bisu has range for his Dragoons. As you can see, all of a sudden they're attacking the bunker with impunity because they've gotten +2 range. There are mines, though, all around the place. Oh, Bisu! Whoa! Nice micro there from Bisu, managing to avoid both of the mines there. As you can see, Bisu is just impeccable with his hold position micro. You can't just attack move and do that, by the way, for those of you who haven't tried doing that. You just can't. If you try attack moving on that, you'll just lose because they don't stop quick enough unless you force them to stop and fire. I mean, in some ways, you can even say that's an exploit of some sort, because I'm guessing the original intent of mines was to, blow things up if they come out, but nope. I mean, with enough speed, you can get rid of that effect. Although you can argue both ways for that theory. Anyway, what I was gonna say was there were 3 drunk nurses downstairs about 2 nights ago. That's all I'm gonna say about that. 3 drunk female nurses. There are so many random people in our house. It is just hilarious. 3 nights ago, there were drunk nurses from Washington D.C. A few months ago, there were not a few months ago, like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, there was like 8 au pairs, all from Europe, and all 19 downstairs, all girls. A few nights before, there was some German, we look like WNBA players downstairs. They were like 6'3" and they played basketball. They were like, I was like, do you play for the WNBA? And they're like, yeah, no, we do not play for the WNBA. Ha ha ha, but we do play basketball. I have no idea where they're from. There are just so many people. I think it's probably because of the big sign that says free booze to underage people that's hanging in neon outside our door. Or feels like that.